When he was 7 years old, his mom brought him home his first guitar along with a Johnny Cash Learn to Play Guitar book. Shortly thereafter, she enrolled him in guitar lessons down at the local strip mall with a dude who sat in a little cubicle smoking a pipe, opening his book of scales, and tortured his students with his pipe smoke and complete lack of interest. It didn't take long, a couple of weeks, but that young boy finally quit those lessons, took that guitar home and chucked it down the stairs where it conveniently broke a tuning peg. That guitar sat there at the bottom of the stairs in the dark until that boy was 15 and a man named Al Parinella moved into the neighborhood. You see, Al was a musician, he was a lounge singer and did the wedding circuit. He took an interest in some of the local kids, started to show them the power of music, and all of a sudden, for the first time, practice didn't seem like torture. It made him feel alive. Yet the young man still continued to practice half-heartedly until eventually Al lost his cool demeanor. When the boy showed up not ready to perform, Al said, "Don't waste my fucking time. If you don't know this song by next week, we're done." It wasn't cruelty, it was commitment, it was care, it was accountability. And it was exactly what the boy needed at that time. And that's often what mentorship looks like. It's not just about encouragement. A lot of times it's about accountability. It's about holding up that mirror and showing somebody what you see in them and that you won't settle for anything less than what they've got to give. It's about having someone hold you accountable to do the things that you need to do to become the man that they can see inside of you. The man that you know is inside of you. It's someone to hold you accountable to do the things that you know you need to do to become the man you need to be. And maybe you don't even realize that yet, but they see something in you that maybe you don't even see in yourself. A good mentor has the willingness to call you forward, to tell you the truth even when it's uncomfortable because they see something greater inside of you. And this time at work, that boy took that message to heart and he practiced every single day and he continued to come back for those lessons. Al passed away in 1995 and that boy, now a man, carved the initials AP into his guitar as a reminder to practice his craft every single day. And I'll tell you, those initials carved in that guitar, they worked. Because that young man was a young man by the name of Jon Bon Jovi. This was part of his 2018 acceptance speech into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. When I first heard him share that story, it struck me. The power of practice, the power of mentorship, the power of somebody else seeing more in you than you even see in yourself. I've listened to that speech over and over and over again. And every time I listen to that speech, it reminds me that greatness doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes out of discipline, yes. It comes through connection, through being seen, through being challenged, and being guided. You see, all of the fitness endeavors I do, the 200-mile ultra marathons, and right now, Operation Bon Jovi Body, it's not just about building muscles or chasing goals or building a certain aesthetic. It's about practice, the kind that honors something deeper than results, something that honors the deepest part of who you are and the man you want to be. And it's about remembering that we don't have to do this alone, that there is support, that we can ask for help. In fact, we must ask for help. When we want to do big things, we need to ask for help. We need support of those around us. And in particular, as men, we need the support of other men. It's about remembering that sometimes true strength is about having the willingness to let somebody else invest in us and eventually learning how to do the same for others. I can think of a lot of mentors in my life back to the 8th grade. Joe Vero, the vice principal at the high school I attended, who eventually had to kick me out of high school because I showed up drunk at class. I will never forget that day. Joe Vero took me down to his office. He closed the door, he sat me down, he looked me in the eye and he said, "Mike," he says, "do you know the difference between hurt and harm?" And I was sure I did not, so I said so. He said, "You see, Mike, hurt is temporary. Harm is permanent. And while what I need to do to you right now is going to hurt you, I need you to understand that I would never do anything to harm you." And with that, he proceeded to give me my first expulsion of high school. When I was 16 or 17 and out of control and my parents shipped me off to Australia to live with my Uncle Jon kicked my ass. He held me accountable. He supported me. He guided me. He taught me the value of hard work. That was a turning point in my life. There have been many other mentors in my life, but those two stand out because they were in my formative years. Joe Vero, I was probably 13 years old. Uncle Jon came into my life in a meaningful way when I was 16. We all have the opportunity to be impacted, and we all conversely have the opportunity to make an impact, to mentor somebody else, to show up for somebody, to reflect back to them the greatness that we see within them, to plant that seed so that they can blossom. My challenge for you this week is to sit down and make a list of the mentors in your life. And if you haven't done so recently, reach out to them. Let them know how much they meant to you. Think about who in your life you've got the opportunity to mentor, who you've got the opportunity to support, who you've got the opportunity to challenge, and who you've got the opportunity to hold accountable. This is such a powerful and important thing, to learn to be mentored, to learn how to mentor, to allow somebody to show up for you, and to learn to show up for somebody else. What a world we'd live in if we had more mentorship. All right, my friend, as always, stay curious, stay connected. Take care.